Good morning. We're going to do some light yoga today, and we're going to do a nice upper body pump. And we're going to give our knees the day off. Switch it up a little bit, build some upper body bulk. Keep it under an hour. Good morning, Dudley. You remind me of the Knicks backup center in the late 90s, Chris Dudley, one of the worst free throw shooters of all time. Also might do one dead hang today if you guys want. All right. Coming over. What's the ouch? Oh, Dudley. Good morning, everyone. I've got one of my neighbors on the treadmill, and she had the lights off, so I thought, it's kind of a nice vibe. I'm not going to blow it up. So we're working out a little bit in the dark. That's how Frank trained me. Feet straight ahead. Same twists. One hand behind the back, the other over. The other side. Let's do some backward circles. Constant savage. I love it. I love doing this. I love the chat. I love my job. We had such a good day yesterday. We had 2 walks done. Got to meet White Chocolate this week. Pat Bev just coming up to me, asking me how my dad is. It's really surreal as a lifelong NBA fan. Just the interactions alone I get to have at Barstool makes the whole, every stressful part of the job a million times worth it, a million times over. It's the coolest place ever. I've worked a lot of jobs, I know what it's like actually having a shitty boss or a shitty product that you're trying to sell. If you can't make the most out of Barstool, I think it's really on you, to be honest with you. Sit up, Tom. $50. Good morning. Let's have a great day. I got someone here, a neighbor, on the treadmill, so I'm not being too loud. But today, we're working on the arms. We're pumping them up. We're getting right into our bands. Let's start with our black band. Working our way through our variants. Let's try this angle. See the hand facing upward, the palm staying parallel, and the reverse. All right, these triceps. All right, put a 45 on each side. Good morning. Done a set of biceps, triceps, pull-up, bench press. Here, getting warmed up. Thank you, Trevor. All right, guys, I think I'm going to try to do a dead hang here early in the workout as I feel the arms pumping right now. Florida Nightmare, are you out there? Ethan, can you time it? I'll basically be able to time it on my own thing too. Thanks, Ethan. All right. So my record is 1:43. 1 minute, 43 seconds. I'll go with DMX today. Let's see if DMX can get me home. No, we'll go with Rocky. All right. I'm going to say it starts at about 12:10. Oh man, that was closer than I thought. Fuck, if I had gripped it better early. Oh, we're still in that 1.5 to 140 area. Yep, I knew it. Thank you guys, appreciate that. 132. All right, let's keep working. 143 is still the record. Going into shoulders now, lighter band, just 10 pounds. Change the music back. I'll tell you one thing though, early on in a workout, going for a dead hang, really nice way to fully engage those muscles. I don't think you want to do it right away. You notice how I did a couple lifts first, probably took a couple seconds off, but at the same time, helps avoid injury, helps your body be ready for it. See if I have another one in me today, but I might have to wait a couple days before we try to break the rusher again. So starting straight out, only a 10-pound band, so really this is for everybody. Ten. Going from the 10, we're going to transition right into this 80, 70, no, 80. By stepping through our arching our back, doing some resistance band rows. One of the beauties of the bands is you can go from one weight to another in just seconds. Second set of bench. Have a good day. All right. Let there be light. Let there be light. So we're just going full blown psycho circuit here of upper body pump. We're keeping the workout under an hour with wake up bar still coming up. But we've been doing so much core. We've done so much running, so much cardio. We're really giving our legs a day to chill. Just did some basic stretches. And for once, we're going to get a full-blown pump with no cardio. I'm throwing these in. I should probably do it more often. For those that really want to gain bulk, if I didn't run probably 2 or 3 times a week, I honestly think I could start putting on serious pounds of muscle. But that's not really what I'm looking to do. I like having the athleticism, being able to move quickly, the agility. So it's really up to what you want. But what we're doing today is great for anybody out there seeking to really build muscle, build mass. And by doing it with the bands, and now obviously having the empty gym helps, we're going from 40 pounds to now we're doubling our weight with 80 pounds in 2 seconds. No dumbbells, no racks, no waiting for people to get out of the way. Just transition right into the next exercise. Let's get one's back stretching here on our feet. Frank flies to Chicago today. Hey, anybody in the chat, has anybody listened to PMT yet today? Because I always listen to it, but I normally start it on my way to work. I used to actually listen to it while I was lifting, but not during live streams because I wouldn't be able to pay attention to you guys at all. Just a quick little leg stretch here, very light. But anyways, last night I got a text from PFT, which I don't get, very often. We're not like best friends in the world. I love him to death, but I just don't know him that well. He's always been incredibly nice. PFT is one of the guys where he genuinely talks to everybody the same. He doesn't have that kind of celebrity ego in him. He's just a really humble, nice person, which I think you could assume from the pod, but it's like startling in real life. So anyways, he texted me last night, and I want to wait and see if it's on the episode because they record Tuesday night. He texted me on Tuesday night. It was about Frank, and it was just so funny. So sorry, that's not much of a story, but I'm just trying to see if anybody in the chat's listened to PMT and if PFT brought anything up. Low key, I've always wanted to somehow wiggle my way onto that show. I've been in AWL a long time. So if today's the day, I will get a real kick out of it. Third set on the bench, 135, not heavy weight, focused on really nice form, really nice rhythm, not putting too much pressure on our joints. Feels good. Bench pressing under a weight that you can control, that you can bring up, with a little explosion, but not like, I got to put all everything I got into it. And then more importantly, coming down under control, where you're not just dropping the weight, you're going to get so much more muscle growth, so much more of a pump in your chest than just doing a really heavy weight where you are shaking coming down and you put your whole back and body into getting it up. No, use weight you can control. Nobody gives a shit how much you're lifting. Of all the workouts I've done on here, I think there's been a grand total of 0 comments about the weight I'm using. Nobody cares. So free your mind of that. Nobody cares. Aaron Donald's stronger than all of us. Who cares? It's about form. It's about what's good for you. Do it for you. Don't do it for other people. When you're focused on the weight, if you're being internally competitive, I understand that. So you can shovel those aside. But if you're worried about other people, you've already lost the plot, brother, sister. You're the main character in the gym. It's the one place in life where you are the main character. So don't fucking worry about other people. You worry about what works for you, what feels the best, the healthiest. And obviously you want to challenge yourself, but once we start compromising form for weight, we've lost ourselves. We've lost sight of the mission. So you can tell in this circuit what I'm doing is band work, bench press, triceps. I also got a 1.5 minute dead hanging there. When we go over to bands, we're rotating back and forth between shoulders and curls, but both variant flows with supersets, meaning more than one motion to work complex muscles, I should say muscle groups that consist of more than one muscle themselves, meaning our biceps, our shoulders, our triceps. They all require more than one motion to get full coverage, full pumpage. So with our shoulders, you can see straight out laterally, straight ahead. And then the third one's the crazy motion. I'm in my all California outfit in protest of the cold. Out wide, in, up. Out wide, in, up, in, up. The arms are really starting to burn as we've just been working nonstop here. We're going to get more of a lift on our upper body in under an hour than your average gym goer does in probably 2. And that's not an insult to them. It's a compliment to using the band system, using supersets, and philosophically by the Jenksonian code, not taking breaks. It's also, if you just think about it, look at this motion with the big 80-pound band versus the bench press, which is essentially the exact inverse, where I'm pushing forward with my chest and not pulling in with my upper back. When you hear people talk about supersetting push-pulls, this is a prime example. Right now we're pulling, getting a great burn, a great muscle clench. And then we're going to go right over to the bench press and essentially do the opposite. Now, could I go up to 200 or 225 or all that kind of shit and do a couple reps? Sure. But it'll take me a bunch of time to set up a shorter set that'll have poorer form. It's not really a winning situation compared to with 135. In the midst of all these sets I'm doing, coming right off of the trap exercise with hard pulls, now I'm under control. Look at that. Hit the chest up, 1. Under control, 2. This is how you get proper growth, properly burn. Come down slowly, come down centered, come up under control. I don't quite have my hair done properly. If you ever watch my Rough and Rowdy fight, at the end of the fight, my hair got knocked out. I was completely blinded. It's like having a mop over my head. And I was crazy because it's my first fight. I mean, it's fight or flight, so I'm not brave. It's just instinct. But I could have kind of just tried to stop, protect myself. If you watch the video, I just start doing twists. It's literally my twists, guys. Start swinging as hard as I can with twists. And I got fucking lucky. Boom! One of those right hands hit. And as the life came out of him and he fell, the left twist almost got him on the way down. To this day, I think I would have committed manslaughter if that left one got him. All right, triceps. See how the hands come out at the bottom, the flex point. You're going to feel extra pump in the tricep by doing that. The other big advantage, especially with triceps, with a rope compared to dumbbells, for efficiency, obviously you can do both arms at once. Same with skull crushers. And with a dumbbell, you can do both hands at once on skull crushers, of course, but that kind of pull down or pull back motion, you're really going to want to do one arm at a time. I like with the rope how you have to have some symmetry. It's going to force your form a little bit more, isolate the triceps a little bit more, and then just hyper accelerate the entire superset so you're much more efficient. Turn the hands when you do step jacks. Turn the hands. All right. Before we do our next set of curls, let's do one more quick. Keeping our back loose. Cat cows. Just do 10 really big ones. These are also good to do when you're in the middle of doing bench press and lat workouts all at once, just to make sure you're keeping your back loose. So it took about 140 workouts before we just had a pure upper body day. So that's, for what it's worth, I consider myself to be in pretty good shape. You don't get there just by doing the beach exercises, the curls and shit. God knows I do plenty of them, but it's with all the yoga, all the running, all the other stuff. All right, grabbing two 10-pound dumbbells, coming into our twists. So I got Van Morrison, Van the Man on. Wasn't lucky, you checked them. Yeah, I got a screenshot that, or maybe I'll screen record this. But this exercise is what saved me during Rough and Rowdy when my hair got knocked loose and I effectively had a mop over my head. Basically, this is what it looked like. This is how I boxed the last round of Rough and Rowdy. And guess what? Knockout, fight of the night. Completely knocked the piss out of the guy with zero boxing experience and completely blind, thanks to twists. So if you want to talk about functional strength, this works your grip strength, this works your forearms, this works your shoulders, your lats, obviously your obliques, your core. What it also does is it gives you a natural hook. And oh my Lord, the power behind a hook when you do regular curls is actually a bit scary. So imagine, second round, Abel knocks my hair loose, and I have to make a business decision very quickly. Fight or flight kicks in, I just start doing twists until, boom, right hand catches him. Big Cat Dave, Robbie, hair's a problem, hair's a huge problem. He didn't think of the hair. Boom, Robbie Fox. I don't think hair's that big of a problem. Oh, what a moment. That's why we do twists. In case you ever need to knock someone the fuck out. All right, that set got a little crazy because I got myself fired up. Got to go mullet, bro, with PFT. I don't know what to do with my hair. I don't know. It's like entering midlife crisis territory. 36. I don't even date anymore. So I feel like the hair is the one distinguishing thing I have at my age. But there is always part of me that wants to just go back to the crew cut that I had for my first 16 years when I thought I was going to go to the NBA. Now I'm not in the NBA, but I know everyone in the NBA. So pretty much living my childhood dream every day. And I do not take that for granted. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Big Cat. Thank you, Barstool. Also, thank you guys. The numbers have been going up. We're getting more viewers per live stream, getting more likes. And it's not like a ton, but it used to be 5 or 6, and then it was 10 or 11, getting up to like 20 likes now for a 2-hour workout live stream with a dork like me. I'm pretty proud of that. And most importantly, the DMs I get of you guys saying that you've started exercising. And for anyone thinking about it, just know there's countless fans that DM and say they're thinking about it, they want to do it, and then they start doing it. So you're not alone in your apprehension if you're right on the cusp, but you haven't quite taken that jump yet. Take the jump. Take the jump. You've nothing to lose. You've everything to gain. You're playing with house money. You don't need to post it online. You can keep it totally to yourself. You can keep it. You can DM me. I got some people, they just kind of report. They give me their daily report. That's how they hold themselves accountable. I love getting those. But I'm a teammate, guys. I'm a teammate, and I'm cheaper than a bartender because there's no cost. So let's get on it. Get motivated. There's no reason not to start. There's just no reason not to start. If you got any sort of physical health, if you're not incapacitated, let's show gratitude. Let's be appreciative. Let's go after it. Get after it. 4th set on bench. It's funny, sometimes I make very primal noises when I'm benching, even if it's not really a hard rep. It just kind of gets that chi out of you, that anger. It's good to get some of that shit out. Here we go. Triceps. Straight ahead. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Woo-wee. Body Armor, Flash IV. Choose better. It's not an ad read. I keep telling Body Armor, I've got a 2-hour commercial every morning I run for them. 1 to 2 hours. Today will be closer to 1. Because think about all the advertisements you see for sports drinks and stuff. I don't know if anybody every day works out for 1 hour to 2 hours, 7 days a week, and is always drinking the same product and performing at an elite level, which I don't care if it's like a douchebag. It's just science. So I don't need to make any promises or explain anything. I just show you. If you want to work out like a fucking animal, it's a great drink for hydration without cramping up, without feeling like it's just pure sugar water, without feeling like you're going to have to pee every 2 seconds. You just refuel constantly. Ah. Ah. Watch when I bring my elbows together, how much my titties flex. Right here, watch this. Woo! See that shelf? Just develop. This helps build up that chest too. Okay. Back's on fire. About to go into the 80-pound traps. So I just want to give it a little bit of loose love here with some big concentric circles. It's funny, I'm actually a little bit more winded than the days when I run and I'm drenched in sweat. Because I don't think you can as easily catch a second wind just lifting. But holy cow, I got to do this a couple times a week because I definitely feel a whole different level of pump not thrown in the running. And again, not every day, but I need to be more disciplined. Do this a couple times a week without running at all. Because I got the sweat, I got the endorphins, all the things that I'm afraid of not getting by not running, I'm getting by just doing this lunatic circuit. All right. Fifth and final. Oh, no, whoa. Forgot my traps. What are you doing, dummy? Yeah, I got to listen to PMT. I really want to see if PFT mentions texting me. I was very proud of my response. And he's such a funny dude. Like, with that, I work with some of the most talented, funny human beings in the world. And that's not blowing smoke up their ass. I mean, that's why I was a fan for so goddamn long. And I still am. I go into the office every day and I'm like a kid in a cage. I'm watching my favorite reality show live, including after the cut, including the only stuff Barstool holds back is like when fights get so ugly, we don't want to show everything, but nothing is a bit. Like we're all just legitimate lunatics. I mean, look at me. Look at what I do every day. I'm a fucking psycho too. We're all nuts. And that's why I really feel like I found a home. It's like my little nut house. And I'm roommates with the craziest one, with the actual chief lunatic. All right, now fifth set of bench press. Look at that, we're almost at 45 minutes. Just flown by. Really fun workout today for me. I feel pumped up. I feel so pumped up. I woke up, I feel tired. I feel pumped up. I don't even know what that accent is, so you can't be offended. That's just me. Pumped up. All right, here we go. Fifth set. Be a man. Be a beast. It's 50 reps. And one for Zeus. All right, back to triceps. Sticking the butt out a little. Let me try to get this a little closer now that we're done benching. A little bit more of a view here. Okay, so we're close to the bar, straight down, hands go out at the bottom. Skull crunchers. Just trying to stay in the frame for you guys. hump day, baby. Either you're going to hump the day or the day's going to hump you. Make your decision. Make your fucking decision. I plan on humping Wednesday. From dusk till dawn. Big hump day. It's such a shitty way to look at it. It's Wednesday. You can do anything with your life today. It's not a hump. I mean, come on. What's up, Stevie? Is that Steve Matuza? No way. Stevie Cleveland? If that's Steve from my old sales team, I'd be fucking so fired up. That'd be nuts. Steve worked with me in my sales prime. Oh, it is! My man. Steve worked sales with me, a veteran at Brett Adcock, for years. And I got to watch him grow from being the classic salesman who had the sweetest efficiency of all, which was he's just a really nice person. And watched him grow into, he was still a nice person, but a killer in sales. And then he started closing deals. And then as we blew up as a company, he ended up managing, having his own team that he ran. And then he was mentoring young people on how to close, and he was getting on their closing calls. And over like 4 years, I watched Steve develop from being a really nice guy, but a bit of a timid salesman, into being a leader and a closer. And he's one of my favorite people that I ever worked with. So fucking good to see you, Steve. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, man. He's from Cleveland. That's the other thing. Grew up around nice people, and then he came to Manhattan and started doing sales with me, Brett, Logan, basically a group of absolute lunatics. He watched me walk around as a sales manager when we had a 200-person team with a sledgehammer. I ran a Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. morning meeting where if you were a minute late, there was no confrontation. The door was shut and you simply weren't allowed in the meeting. That's how I used to run shit. It was crazy. I don't think people would even accept it anymore. I love you, Steve. I hope you're doing well, brother. Steve, can you verify any of the crazy sales stories I tell? Do you remember the last day of the month when I came in with William Wallace face paint and turned all the lights off and played Braveheart and then had wads of cash in my waistband to throw at people if they closed deals while I was juuling and just running around the office? The war point. The war point. Steve, I need to have you come on the podcast or come visit Barstool. You're the perfect one because you were with me since almost the very beginning of Vettery. You saw the whole development of Psychosis. But I would love to even just hear from you stories of moments when I blacked out and I don't remember. I actually blacked out on Steve a couple times. I think one time he had to tell me to like cool my jets. Used to use a lot of violent metaphors. So it like basically turned sales into a life or death thing. Not everybody wants that kind of vibe. Brett did though, and he was the boss and he's the one that taught me, so God, those were crazy days. Good to see you, fucking Steve. Man, that really made my day. Worked with Steve for years. Steve actually saw me cry once because I was so upset. I obviously won't use names, but had a bit of a slippery salesperson, or thought they were slippery, who went into our CRM and just took an account willy-nilly, put it in their name when it wasn't theirs. It was already assigned to a different rep. I just said, And, being in charge of those operations, or the sales team rather, I took her into a conference room. Wasn't aggressive because it was all time stamped. It was very dumb crime. I mean, there's the paper trails, literally digital. And I just said, "What are you doing?" And I'll never forget. She played it okay in the meeting, but then left the meeting, started crying and walking around telling everybody that I yelled at her and was name calling, all this shit that wasn't true. And I was so upset about the lying. I went into it, and I was working so hard at that time. I'd worked so hard those previous couple of years building up, where we were. I just broke down. I couldn't believe somebody would just fucking lie. And that was the day I learned, it's a free lesson for everyone. If you're in a leadership position and you have a tough meeting, particularly if you're going to show someone that they did something wrong, or if you have to fire someone, put them on a performance improvement plan, have a second body in the room. You need an eyeball witness. Otherwise, you risk going their word against yours. And you never know. People can be sociopaths, and you don't realize it till it's too late. So, free lesson. I bet Steve remembers that. All right, Steve, love you, brother. Hope Jenny's good too. That's his wife. Love Steve. I really brought the darkness out in him. It's like if you think of me and Frank, like Frank trying to teach me the dark side, and Steve was a salesman with me, it was like 10x that. I was trying to turn the nicest guy into a closer, which is just a different thing. All right, up dog push-ups. I did 5 sets on the bench press. Ended up with 51 reps. Now we're just isolating the pecs again, but controlling body weight. Getting a lot of reps without straining our joints. Really feeling the flex at that top point. Dave, can I tell you, some guy kept telling another coworker he was gonna suey Louie, and yeah. Good, Dave, that's great. Yeah, if you're ever in a leadership position, especially early on, when you're in what I call the Michael Scott phase, where you're so worried about everybody liking you and you want to be popular manager, guess what? Even if everyone's smiling at you, they're all talking shit behind your back. That's what part of being a leader is. You got to just accept that. What you have to focus on is not people liking you. You got to focus on earning people's respect. And how do you earn their respect? You show up before them, you leave after them, you outwork them. That's the baseline. So number one, the person asking them to do something is already doing more than them. 2, you need to be able to do everything they do better than they do. Otherwise, why the fuck are they listening to you? We had a couple sales managers come in that would never get on a sales call. They were terrified of it. They were corporate poofs. They brought nothing. And it took time, but I chopped them all out one at a time until eventually it was my castle. And then, again, the last one is, like I said, I had a morning meeting 5 days a week. Institute structure that doesn't ask for, but rather demands discipline. Because I think a lot of managers make a mistake of saying, if you get the bottom line, you can do whatever you want. But okay, fair, but you don't start there. You start with discipline. Once you have a track record of constantly hitting goal or overachieving, then it gets into do whatever the fuck you want territory. But I don't care who you are. when you start somewhere, you got to earn it. You know, it's not the NBA or the NFL. All right, 60 more seconds. Wake up, bar stool. Do one more set of twists. Great upper body workout today, guys. All right, it's 8 a.m. I might do another 10 minutes, but I don't want to go up against the bosses at FS1. So we did almost a full hour. We got full upper body pump. Tomorrow we'll get back into more of our regular stuff. Again, all of these different bands add up into being able to get a full upper body workout. Obviously, I also use the bench. I use the pull down rope a bit. But you could tell it's not like I had to have those to be able to do what I wanted to do. And it works. These workouts work. You can see the pump. So have a great day. Rock and roll. Don't take no shit from nobody. And watch Wake Up Barstool. Love you guys.